What's up, guys? Mount Running Kid here, back again. We enter the Speed Force once again. This week's episode, Killer Frost. This was Kevin Smith episode, directed by Kevin Smith once again, and this was the episode that we get to see Caitlin bring out that alter ego of hers, and I thought she did. As it's always great to see when Danielle does that. She does such a good job. She could see that she could play a great villain when she wants to, and it was really good to see that. But the way they played it off, I thought was really interesting. So you see the team kind of struggling with this, but in the beginning we get to see Barry still dealing with what happened in the beginning. Okay, so from the last episode, they find alchemy, and then we see Barry as being held up and being choked by Savitar. Now, Savitar, yeah, Savitar. Let's be honest. Savitar, for all those who don't know who Savitar is, he's a villain, another speedster. As always, we're talking about Flash here, so the Flash is going to have a lot of speedster villains. He appeared in Flash number 103, I believe, back in 1995. He was created by, actually, he's a Mark Waid creation, and he's a Oscar Oscar Jamez Mesnis. I'm probably butchering the last name. I apologize. But if you look at him and look at his comic counterpart compared to what he looks like in the show, I don't understand why they just didn't kind of adapt a little bit of his uh of his comic look better. I mean, they could have found maybe a big guy who looks very godlike, or and something like that. But instead, no, they went Michael Bayish, Bayformers, and I can't stand. I was like, oh my god, this looks so stupid. Yeah, I'm sorry. That was just the wrong design for that. But you just see that Barry is outclassed. He's outmatched as always. He's all over the place. They're running from place to place, and but unfortunately, they're able to get free thanks to Cisco and Caitlin. However, that's when start hitting the fan, where basically Caitlin starts flipping out, and she wants to know where Alchemy is, because she wants, Alchemy could probably take her powers away. I like the dynamics of this episode, of how Caitlin is, she's kind of going in and out of it. It was almost like a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde vibe. It wasn't that she was fully Killer Frost, but she wasn't fully Caitlin Snow either. It was like she was a combination, or in a sense, it was also basically being that, maybe Caitlin is, this is her. Uh, but of course, there wouldn't be a superhero show if the weight of the world wasn't on the hero. Didn't put the weight of the world on his shoulders, and Barry, everything. Can we disagree and not disagree that, is this Barry's fault? Is this Barry's fault, or is it that Caitlin is just a late bloomer? Irish brings that up, and then also you still got to deal with, Wally still trapped in that amber cocoon thing, and Joe really has no idea how to do this, but he still remembers he's a detective, so he tries to, and HR is basically trying to help him, and I like that dynamic. They seem to get along pretty well. But you're starting to see you see in this episode, there was like a falling out between the the trio, the three friends, at one point, and it's sad to see that, and of course, we see Caitlyn just start ripping into people, like that Killer Frost mentality. I mean, she at points just, if Barry didn't have his accelerated healing, it'd be crazy. One, you see, she stabs Barry in the leg. She nearly gives him a kiss of death. Cisco gets involved and starts using his powers, and we start to see maybe that vision is starting to, did kind of come a little true. But this was a pretty decent episode. I really enjoyed it. Um, it was good to see Barry punch Julian. I thought that was great. I was so happy. I was so happy he punched. I was like, oh shit! Thank you very much for hitting him. Um, and what's the deal with what's the actor name? I know he's from Heroes. He loves playing cops. He loves playing cops, and it's so funny. But he is kind of in that same category of Julian, like all metahumans are crazy, and it's just like, oh, here we go. Uh, but the main gist is basically Caitlyn, and I love when she's Killer Frost. She really steals the show, and she put that when that spotlight's on her, ladies and gentlemen, it's there, and you love it, and I love seeing her as that character, and you know, she Barry gets a stern talking to by Iris. I like seeing Iris be that guiding light for Barry. That leading lady, that guiding light for the hero, and basically Barry says, "Okay, we're gonna let you go." After um later on, after Joe and HR tried to break Wally out, he comes out and he's vibrating. So it's like, yeah, we know what happened. Um, and Barry's basically saying, okay, you're free to go, but the only way you're getting out is you kill me. So Barry is reasoning with Caitlyn, trying to find that inner Caitlyn, trying to find the Caitlyn that's still there, the friend that he loves, he cares about, and you see that. I mean, she literally makes an ice dagger, and he literally puts it to her chest, like, "Go ahead, kill me." And it was that moment that broke her out, and I thought that was nice. I was like, okay, but it was, and it's almost like she fought it, and she kind of came back. They do find Wally thanks to uh, 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 you know, thanks to oh my god, I forgot his name already. Well, they do find Barry. Okay, I apologize for that. They do find Wally. He went back to his mother's old house, and Joe, thank you. Came back to me, and they sedate him, and thanks to Caitlyn, she helps out, and pretty much Wally. So all you people out there now, Wally's got his speed, and he feels the rush. I'm just hoping he just does not get obsessed as he already was. But he's like, okay, Barry. So when I go out with you, when can I go out in the field with you and things like that? It's like, here we go. But I am looking forward to seeing Flash and I guess Kid Flash together, or will they call him Kid Flash or will they call him Impulse? I don't know. That'd be interesting. We'll see what goes on. Um, but here's the kicker about this episode. What I really didn't like, because I kind of threw it behind me, guys. I shouldn't have, because I was like, he's probably the puppet, because in the fourth run of it, we find out that Dr. Alchemy is not the main villain, and I thought he was. I was so happy when they were using a non-speedster as the main villain, and then find out no, he's just a pawn. He's just a foot soldier. He's just a like, yeah, he's not even a general. He's an underling. Um, and we find out that some things about him, and I'm gonna get to that later. But first of all, Barry does the honorable thing. He wants to keep Caitlyn safe. He's like, look, Julian, I'm asking you, please, don't turn her in. She made a mistake. He's trying to plead his case to Julian. And Julian's like, okay, but you got to do something. And Barry even says it. If you do something, I'll do something for you. And so, what does this motherfucker does? Okay, this little prick. this bringing out his inner Malfoy once again. Little fucking prick. He comes out and says, "Okay, if I'll keep my mouth shut about Caitlyn, but you got to quit being a CS. You got to leave the lab. Stop being a CSI because emotions and all that. You know, you can't have hope and or you can't be this like and be a CSI agent in the field. And it's like so. I'm looking at this. So I'm like, so this motherfucker is blackmailing Barry just to just so he won't tell the police that Caitlyn is was the metahuman that hurt him or kidnapped him and all that other stuff. And it's just like, and what does Barry do? He's like, you know what? All right. And what I did like about it was that Barry said the honorable thing. Look, he's like, okay. He said, Iris, Joe, Caitlyn, Wally, Cisco, you guys are my life. You guys are what I care about, and I'll do anything I have to protect you. The honorable thing of a hero to do, and we saw that from Barry. Now, I don't think this is going to last, guys, because Flash not working as a CSI just is not the Flash. It doesn't feel right. You know, that's Barry Allen's day job. That's what he does. He's a forensic scientist. He's a CSI, so that's his job. So I don't see this lasting. And then we get the bombshell of the fact that Julian is alchemy. And I kind of threw that out. I said, no, he's not. He's not alchemy. I shouldn't have, but I said, nah, he's not. But they did go right, and I'm like, look at him. I'm like, whatever. Uh, but this was a good episode, very good. I did enjoy it. Um, like I said, whenever I get to see Danielle be get to be Killer Frost is great, and you know she plays that role so well. Um, could they do a twist to her and being that she can control it, like she's gonna learn to control her abilities, but still be Caitlyn just with these ice. I mean, it'd be really cool to see that. Um, and you know, will Barry and Cisco make up? I'm sure they will. It's just that you know, Cisco even said it. You know, he doesn't know if they're good or not, and it's just like, ugh, you know. But the consequences of I guess Flashpoint is still feeling the effects, guys. Uh, but I just don't like Savitar's look. I hate it. I'm gonna be honest. I hate it. I hate it. It's like if you don't know what he looks like, um, Google him, Bing Savitar DC Comics, look him up, and you'll see what he really looks like. He's this big, muscular dude. He's got like a half reverse flash mask. He's got long black hair. He's very muscular. Bluish black pants. This was a Mark Waid creation, Magic Waid. You know, this is Mark Waid's creation. But the look here, I guess they're trying to go for a fierce look. All I see is just ugly Bayformers, and I'm just like, ugh. But other than that, guys, thank you for listening. I shot my mouth off long enough about this episode. You guys tell me in the comment section below, what did you think about this episode? Am I wrong? Are you wrong? Am I wrong to not like Savitar's look? Do you like it? Do you hate? Are you with me? Or are you? It's okay. Um, and other than that, how long do you think Cisco's gonna be mad at Barry? Are they, things like just give me your input. But other than that, guys, this is Mummer Kid saying peace, one love, stay tuned, keep it real, guys. We exit the Speed Force once again. Till next week, when that 4-part crossover starts with Supergirl and goes from Flash to Arrow to Legends of Tomorrow, where we're gonna see pretty much the Justice League and somewhat come together or something like that. Other than that, you guys take care. I'll see you guys next time.